Hello and welcome to Cars at 100, and on today's review I have this 2020 Lexus Rx350. We're gonna look at this car from the outside, go inside, and we're gonna check out some of the features on the window sticker. So let's not waste any more time and let's jump into it. Okay, let's look at this car from the outside first. As you can see, this is a 2020. This is redesigned version of the RX Lexus, and you have this different grille. Each of these gray plastic bits in the Lexus grille, all of them are different. All of them have a different size, and all of them are different in terms of their shape as well. By Lexus, that's what they trying to do in terms of the unique design. As you can see, this very unique features here in terms of these vents. They are half functional. You can see there is something in them in terms of the hole, but otherwise it's more over for the styling feature. You have the chrome outside. This chrome looks a little bit different than other chrome. In terms of the design, it's a matte chrome, and this is a shiny chrome. Some interesting feature in terms of the chrome design for this car. You have nice lights here by xenon lights. As you can see, a different design as well. It doesn't have just a separate line anymore. Everything is seamless in terms of this design. You have the wheels here. Let's check out them in little detail. So 235/65 are 18-inch rims on this car as well, all around, of course. And you have this unique different design for 2020 car. As we go around, you have this same looking very unique and stylish door handles on this car all around. You have a keyless entry on the back doors as well, convenient feature for luxury vehicles like this car. And you have this nice design. It seems like a floating roof. If this car was any different color, this bit would be a dark color, which will kind of show the design in terms of the floating roof. So that's one unique feature to this car, as well as this chrome strip that goes around. Instead of going all around, it kind of finishes halfway. This is also one of the unique features for this car. It's a very sharp looking car, very Japanese design. In terms of the rear lights, you have this nice looking rear lights. You have the LEDs, of course, in this car, in the back and up front. In terms of the lighting, you have two exhaust outlets. You have the 4 exhaust square outlets, but you have the exhaust pipes inside them, as you can see. And as you can see, it's a very different SUV on the market compared to the other cars on the market by Nissan, as well as by Audi and BMW. This is a different approach in terms of the luxury aspect of the car and the small SUV. There's a bigger SUV offered by Lexus, but this is a very nice middle ground that you can option for in terms of the having luxury and somewhat utility wise for your everyday use. To lock and unlock this car, you have the keyless entry, keyless go. And if we check out the key fobs, same key fobs as the last year, nothing has changed. You have lock, unlock, hold for trunk release, which is automatic, and hold for panic. We can keep this key fob in our pocket, and we can lock the car by this nice strip here, implying that you can keylessly close the car and unlock the car by the sensor. And also the side mirrors will open. If we step inside, very much Lexus here. Very premium features here in terms of the design. Soft touch material, wood, nice polished wood material here. Very interesting trim designs, soft touch material up top, automatic up and down for all 4 sides. In terms of the windows, you have a very good and very roomy storage compartment here in terms of the bottle holder here as well, which opens like this. This is unique for this car only. I haven't seen this on other vehicles. You have a sound system here. You can also option Mark & Levinson premium sound system for this car, which this car unfortunately does not come with, but you can get it. You also have a nice door sills here. Lexus, very interesting in terms of the design and how it's integrated. Very, very utility looking car with a hard touch plastic on the bits that would get scuffed, but at the same time you can feel that this car will last a long time, which is a good feeling. you have a nice seat controls here, automatic seating controls, of course, for this luxury car. You have a nice pedals there, floor mats, Lexus RX. You have a perforation on these seats, no piping, stitching as well, somewhat bolstered up top. You have a very unique design on this seat, which is very nice as well, very unique. And if we step inside, before we step inside, as you can see, it's a very roomy entrance, very welcoming, very big clearance of the ground in terms of the SUV wise. It's very good. And if we jump inside, very good thought on the door in terms of the entrance for this car. Very unique feeling that, you know, you see in terms of the design for the Lexus. Even though there are other automakers on the market that have their own approach in terms of the luxury design, this car always has been the smoothest out of all the other automakers on the market, and Lexus still holds the value in terms of this very soft and interesting approach to luxury, and this is why they are respected for this solely. And if we start the car, right away we have this huge display. This infotainment screen is touch screen, because this is 2020 version of the car. As you can see, people have been asking for this, and Lexus has delivered. Very important to note. Also, soft touch materials up top. Overall, you have the center console here, very unique. You also have the touch controls here, which is much better for this year. They are more intuitive in terms of the touch-based navigation here for this pad as well, and also for the touch-based navigation and infotainment options and in usability. Very good feature. You have this climate control options here. If we turn on the climate control options, you have the two displays here. You don't have to just rely on the infotainment. You can also refer to the infotainment if need be. You have the screen there as well. But overall, you have nicely done. And in terms of the design, if you are a fan of a very good design in terms of the features and how the car looks inside and out, and if you want to really appreciate the design, Lexus really delivers on that part. Two cup holders here. You have the cell phone holder here, which is very interesting and very nice. You don't see this a lot in automakers, and you see this in some of the cars, and I think all the cars need to have this the cell phone holder. It is very convenient instead of just using the cup holder. Sometimes you don't have the space to put your cell phone when you have two cups of coffee with your passenger. Also, you have this section here to control the behavior of the car. You have an eco mode, which will change the screens and the design of the middle display there between tach and speedo as well. So if we go to sport, it will be more of a maroon finish in terms of the design, and it will be I like how it is not red. It is not you know, like some different color, yellow or orange. It is maroon color. It's very soft luxury sport, and I think Lexus does a very good job of delivering their cars and their features nicely. You have two USB options here, and you can charge your devices through them as well. Very unique feature in terms of the you know, access of it. Right under the console, there is no wireless charging for this car, which would have been nice for this particular car. But you have the transmission lever here. This still stays the same as previously on the cars, and overall you have the very interesting approach to transmission lever as well. It feels classic at the same time, and at the same time it's modern and smooth the way you change gears. Overall, you have three buttons here for the touchpad controls as well, and you have this handrest here as well. It's very comfortable feel for this car in terms of the luxury, of course. So speaking of the steering wheel, very nice, no flat bottom, which for some people would be comfortable because to access in and out of this car. But you have automatic tilt and telescoping steering wheel for this luxury, which is not surprising for this type of car, of course, and you can adjust it to your liking. Very good. You have 2 paddle shifters on this steering wheel as well, which is kind of interesting because this is not a sports car, this is not a sports SUV, this is more of a luxury SUV. If you get an F Sport version of this car, that would be more appropriate in terms of the design, which would have the same performance as this car, but still it would be nice addition for the F Sport version more than this car. This car, I don't think it needs the pedal shifters. It's implying sportiness more than the luxury for the steering wheel in terms of the 10 and 2 notches here as well. This car should be all luxury when you get the regular version of it. That's my opinion. But overall, you have the options here for the control of that middle, the infotainment, so you go through the modes, and you also see that in between, in the screen between tach and speedo. You also have options here for the media to control, and options to control the middle screen fully in terms of its features. You have the options on the right of the steering wheel. You also have cruise control options, which is still like Toyota based over here on the steering wheel, which would be nice if it was integrated already. This is 2020. I think it's time to kind of put that into the seamless look of this design in terms of the steering wheel. But overall, you have storage here as well, felt lined, a very luxurious feel, plenty of storage in the glove box, and you have the stream that continues from the doors. In terms of the design, very nice feature, very roomy feel. Overall, you have section here for the storage as well. You have a pen holder here, and you have 2 USB options in, which will connect to your media as well. Instead of just charging your devices, you have 12-volt power outlet here. Very deep storage here as well. Overall, really good. Very good powertrain as well. I also have a window sticker for this car, so you can check out many standard and optional equipment for this car. You can pause the video at any second, and as you can see, this car in this review is $53,000, $765, and 22 miles per gallon combined, 19 in the city, 26 on the highway. Final assembly point for this car is Cambridge, Ontario, Canada. Very nice. Let's check out the back seats. If we jump into the back seats, as you can see, very luxurious feel for the back seats as well. Soft touch materials everywhere. You have tweeters here up top on the rear doors. Very interesting, very unique as well. You have options to put down this second row of seats here in this car through this lever. And if we jump inside, very roomy feel. If we close the door, a lot of space for the legs. You have 2 vents here. You have 2 USB charge ports here for your devices. And in terms of the headroom, I have this much headroom in this car. I'm 6 feet tall. Overall, nice design on the seats as well in terms of perforation for the rear as well. You have 2 options for the cup holders here as well in this armrest, which you can also rest your arm, of course. And you have a sunroof here as well up top. You have rear view mirror, which is auto dimming as well, and you have a home link under it. Overall, really good. Let's check out the trunk space. To enter the trunk, we just click the button under the Lexus logo, which is right near the camera as well, and we will access this trunk. This trunk is pretty roomy. It comes with some of the accessories from Lexus, and as you can see here, you have the floor mats, and you have the spare tire under the floor of the trunk. You have some storage here on the left as well. Overall, you have the subwoofer here. You can also drop down the seats from these levers as well. You don't have to just do it from the front, from the back seats as well, from the second row. You can also do it through the trunk, which is very comfortable. But overall, pretty roomy trunk. You can also close the trunk like this in terms of the privacy, which is really good. But overall, very nice design as well. Let's check out what's under the hood. I'm gonna put the information about this engine and its specs on the screen, so you can check them out. I hope you enjoyed today's review of this 2020 Lexus RX350. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and I will get back to you. And I'll see you next time. Stay loving cars.